Butch Cassidy, the outlaw who escaped the Wild West. Butch Cassidy is remembered as one of the most intelligent and mysterious outlaws of the American Wild West. Unlike many famous gunmen, his legend was not built on brutality. It was built on planning, on timing, and on knowing when to disappear. Robert Leroy Parker was born in 1866 in Utah, into a poor but deeply religious Mormon family. His childhood was strict, quiet, and disciplined. Violence was not part of his upbringing. Crime was not encouraged. But the frontier offered few honest opportunities for a young man with ambition. As a teenager, Parker worked on ranches and farms across the West. It was during this time that he met older outlaws who introduced him to a different way of life. They taught him that stealing cattle or money from powerful companies was not seen as immoral by many locals. In some places, it was even admired. Parker admired one outlaw in particular, Mike Cassidy. He took his surname and eventually became known as Butch Cassidy. Butch was not reckless. He believed violence attracted attention, and attention attracted death. This belief shaped everything he did. Instead of acting alone, Cassidy organized. He recruited carefully. He planned thoroughly. And he avoided bloodshed whenever possible. This philosophy led to the creation of the Wild Bunch Gang. Unlike most outlaw groups, the Wild Bunch operated with discipline. They used lookout systems. They prepared escape routes. They divided responsibilities. They robbed trains. They robbed banks. And they vanished before lawmen could respond. For years, Cassidy embarrassed authorities across the American West. Every successful robbery made him more famous and more dangerous to pursue. Eventually, the government turned to the Pinkerton Detective Agency. The Pinkertons were relentless. They had resources, informants, and national reach. And they made Cassidy their priority. Cassidy understood something crucial. The Wild West was ending. Railroads connected cities. Telegraphs spread information instantly. Federal law enforcement became coordinated. There would be no safe place left. So Cassidy made a decision few outlaws ever dared to make. He left the country. Together with his closest ally, the Sundance Kid, Cassidy traveled to South America. They settled briefly in Argentina, posing as respectable businessmen. For a time, it worked. But the old habits returned. They robbed banks in Argentina, Chile, and Bolivia. Once again, their reputation followed them. Once again, law enforcement closed in. In 1908, after a robbery in Bolivia, two bandits were cornered by soldiers in the town of San Vicente. Gunfire erupted in the night. By morning, two bodies lay dead. Authorities declared them Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. But problems immediately emerged. The bodies were never conclusively identified. No photographs were taken. No fingerprints were recorded. Witness accounts conflicted. Some claimed one of the men spoke English with an accent unfamiliar to Cassidy. Others claimed the bodies did not match known descriptions. Rumors began spreading almost instantly. Stories claimed Cassidy survived and returned to the United States. Some said he lived under an assumed name. Others claimed he visited family years later. A few even claimed to have met him. Historians remain divided. There is no definitive proof that Butch Cassidy died in Bolivia, and there is no definitive proof that he survived. That uncertainty is exactly why his legend endures. Unlike Jesse James, Cassidy was not betrayed. Unlike Billy the Kid, he was not hunted down in a single violent moment. his story ends in silence. And silence allows legends to grow. Butch Cassidy may have been the smartest outlaw of the Wild West, not because of his robberies, but because he understood something most men did not. Knowing when to disappear can be more powerful than knowing how to fight. And whether he died in Bolivia or vanished forever, Butch Cassidy succeeded in one final way. He was never truly caught.